Yeah, sure.
All right, everybody, it's the Arty 84 show, live from West Newbury, Massachusetts, and
Ooh.
Woburn, Massachusetts. So we are we are practicing. This is our first episode in a couple weeks because we did the move, and so the equipment wasn't set up. And then coincidentally, the week after the move, a little thing called the coronavirus took place, and
Yes.
yeah, we are currently experiencing COVID-19. So we're practicing social distancing right now.
Yes.
And how does that make you feel?
At first I was fine with it, and now I realize tomorrow I'm going to the office for a half a day because I need to actually get out because I'm losing my shit.
Are they allowing you to go to the office? So you kind of
As long as you keep a log. Yeah, no, as long as you keep a log when you sign in and out, it's fine.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'm actually looking forward to working from home, to be quite honest with you.
oh, it's great. No, it was great for the first a day or two. I just need to get out for a little while. I mean, I'm gonna come right back home just after 4 hours, but just to get out and move around, I think it'd be nice.
So at least your company's still running, right? So that's good. It's like, I mean, what's a freaking dogs are going crazy.
Hi, is your company having issues that I'm gonna be working for?
No, but I'm just saying, it's we got work to do, so we still got plenty of work.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a possibility where the work slows down a little bit before it starts getting better. But I have no idea who Tommy and Nola are barking at right now. They're literally.
Oh, I hear them.
Not quite sure. Think they think someone's coming in. I have no idea. But Nola, relax. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, so there's still workflow. So I'll probably right now, if things said stop tomorrow, I still get 2 weeks worth of work to do before we dry up. But
yeah.
It doesn't look like that because as long as there's people working on the field, then there's plenty of work for me to do. So it's kind of like reciprocal. But if they say no one can leave the house, that's when it's going to become a problem. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, people are going crazy.
Do you want to talk about the bad news, or you want to talk about even bad news? Where do you want to start? Do you want to continue with the COVID-19, or do you want to go with the worst stuff that's going on today?
There's worse that's going on than that. No worse than a epidemic. What's worse?
Maybe Tom Brady leaving the Patriots after 2 decades.
Well, I mean, it was going to happen. I mean, and even so, and I said, and I am predicting it right now, and I said it earlier, wherever he goes, he is going to have an amazing half year. He's going to come out guns blazing, feeling motivated, and then age is going to hit him. And because remember, he's now got to go to OTAs. He can't skip out on him. He has a new system to work in. He's going to have to actually put in a lot of effort here. But eventually, it's going to catch up to him. And I feel he's only going to last a half season.
I agree. I don't think he's going to be 100%. I mean, he was dying down last season, and OTAs might not even happen because of the whole quarantine and the whole delay.
I know.
So he might actually luck out and not have to go. With that said, though, that'd be foolish not going with a brand new team or having absolutely no idea about any of the players on your team or anything what they do or nothing about them. And now you're going to go into this new organization, which is very loose. Apparently, who's the guy? Is it Bruce Arian? Is that the coach?
Yes.
His system of coaching is very lackadaisical, and not very strict. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You just fucking do whatever the hell you want kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how you can go into a new system. I don't know. I mean, it was bound to happen. I never thought Tennessee. I thought LA, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be the Chargers. But
well, it might be. We still don't know. I mean, it still very well might be. You know?
Yeah, but everything I'm reading says Tampa. Apparently, they offered him like $30 million a year or something. It's ridiculous like that. So I think they offered him because where Breezes get 50 for 2 years.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's looking at. I think his is probably. I don't know. I read somewhere like 40 for 2 years, which is ridiculous.
I feel like LA would have been a better spot for him for branding, but I wonder if this was kind of a wife call too. Like, Tom, no, I like this climate better.
Go to Florida, I guess. I know. Yeah. I mean, it's not even the nicest part of Florida, too. I mean, you were better off going to play the Dolphins and at least living in fucking Miami. I mean, you're living in Tampa. Tampa's like, I mean, it's nice, but I mean, I wouldn't call it luxury.
It's still Florida.
It's still Florida, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But it was bound to happen. It's gonna happen. He's gone. Whatever. I mean, who's the Patriots? All day we were thinking this is gonna be Teddy Bridgewater, but then he signs with Carolina, so he's gone. And then you think maybe in the back of your head, maybe what's his face out in the old Charger, what's his face? Rivers was coming up here. But then he signs with Indiana or Indianapolis. And then so I mean, the only really available person, and Mariota signed with what? Vegas, right?
Didn't yes he did. What about Cam Newton? He just got re-upped, didn't he?
So Cam Newton he's asking for a trade. So he wants to be traded now that they got Teddy Bridgewater. So he's a possibility. I don't know if the Pats would trade for them. No, I think maybe they'd pick him up if he was cut, perhaps, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to think about it. Who else is the Red Rockets still out there as a possibility? So I mean, but right now it looks like it's Stidham.
It's all Stidham.
So we followed him a little bit. He got married over the summer, right?
Oh, did he? Oh, that's right. Isn't he like friends with the Belichicks too?
I think so. What's his first name? Is it Bruce?
Jared Stidham.
Jared or Jared?
I don't know the difference.
I nothing even comes even close when I'm like Jared. Maybe it's Jarrett. Like if it's E-T.
I think it's a T at the end of it.
I'm gonna do this. I don't even know how to spell Stidham. I'm just gonna go back.
Just go Stidham Patriots. Yeah, Stidham Patriots.
Let's see if this pops up here. And so it is Jarrett with a T and Stidham. All right, so let's Google this stud and let's get some information on him. Yeah, so Jared Ryan Stidham. He is a member of the New England Patriots. Went to Baylor University. He's 23. He's from Kentucky.
Another Ryan, though. It's Ryan.
Jared Ryan Stidham. He's 6'3", 216. So he's a bigger quarterback than Brady. What's Brady? 6'1"?
Yeah.
Or was he 6'1" or maybe 6'1"? I don't know. But he wasn't 226. I mean 216. I can tell you that much. He was Brady's probably more closer to 180. Wouldn't you say, right? That field?
Oh, definitely. He's not closer to 200. That's for sure. He's not that close to 200.
Yeah. But there was a video. I was following him on Twitter this summer, and he had gotten married. So I don't know. I'm reading a report right now from Bleacher Report. New England loves Jarrett Stidham after Tom Brady exits. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen? All I know is that Brady leaving is good for me personally, and I'll tell you why. That means all these schmucks who have season tickets will get rid of their season tickets, and I will be able to move up on the list. So
you're gonna move right up that list, buddy. Yep.
So do you know what year Jarrett Stidham was born? Here's a fun fact for you. It's gonna make you sick to your stomach.
Yeah, this is one of those that's gonna make me feel really old moments. I'm gonna go with like 90, 95.
Close. 96.
96. Oh,
August 8th, 1996. I can tell you, August 8th, 1996, I was getting ready for middle school. I was about to start 7th grade.
So I was like 13-ish. Yeah, dude, that's the year I lost my virginity. I was young when I lost my virginity.
You were getting your peck away for the first time when Jarrett Stidham was being born. And not just being born, like there's a lot of, like, 12 or 13 years old. I mean, this kid was even on the planet. Brady was in his first year of college at this point. So that's putting that in perspective. Drew Bledsoe was the Pats we're about to go to the Super Bowl. This was the Super Bowl year for the Pats, 1996.
Oh, and the Packers? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were preseason right now. This kid was being pushed out of a vagina, and the Patriots and Drew Bledsoe are revving up to go to the Super Bowl this year.
He's sucking from his mom's teat. And
yes. Yeah. So it says he went to Auburn University. So it looks like he started in Baylor and he transferred to Auburn. Okay, there you go. Where's number 4? Good old Adam Vinatieri.
Where was he drafted? Second round, right?
Yes, second round. So I guess he has to be half decent, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Like I said, I feel bad though for him because, like I said in our group text, like I feel even if he's half decent, you can't follow up the greatest quarterback of all time. Like even if you're half decent, you're gonna get shit on by that fan base so bad. It's not fair. It's not gonna be fair to him at all.
No, you can't be the guy after the guy. You can be the guy after the guy after the guy. That's works out pretty good.
Yeah, I don't want to be Jared Stidham, even if I'm half decent.
Because just look at like the Patriots, right? So we had Parcells, right? Good coach. He leaves, and who takes over? Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
He's the guy after the guy. You don't want to be the guy after the guy. So then you end up getting. Pete was just fucking terrible for the Patriots, to be honest with you.
He's not like an East Coast coach. He has that good like rah West Coast relax cheerleader mentality. He's a cheerleader coach, and he's good for that. He's good for that system, but not this system. Nope.
No, they didn't work out very well for him here. I mean, he got a Super Bowl win. He went to 2, so I mean, in case it's worse, but yeah. So that's that news. Tom Brady's gone. He's going to be projected to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow. Luxury deal of $40 million, they're saying. Article saying who's the next Patriots quarterback? Cam Newton is coming up. Is very commonly coming up right now. I don't know if Cam Newton would play for Belichick, or Belichick would even want Cam Newton.
I have a hot take here that I thought about, and the reason why he could never sign with the 49ers, and no, I never heard anybody mention this. I didn't mention it to anybody. I didn't say anything, and I never heard anybody say this. Number 12 is retired for the 49ers, so that would mean he'd have to be into rebranding because TB12, right?
Oh, that's true.
Right. There you go.
Who's number 12?
Oh, now
I'm wide now. Yeah.
I looked into it. Oh God, it wasn't anybody I really know, but I know that it was brought out of retirement once for somebody else. That number. Now your widescreen. Oh.
John Brody.
Okay.
And he played from 57 to 73.
Okay.
Let's see. Is 12 retired for the Buccaneers?
Oh, I don't know about the Buccaneers. Probably not. The Buccaneers they do have a Super Bowl win, so. But no, I don't.
They do. Retired for the Tampa Bay. Did he go to Tampa Bay because it's TB?
Oh, TB? Look at that.
Yeah, maybe. So 12 is not retired. It's 55, 63, and Warren Sapp at 99.
Who are the other guys?
So 55 is Derek Brooks, and 63 is Leroy Salmon.
I'm horrible. I don't know.
I don't know who those guys are. All I know is that the Buccaneers had the record for the worst season ever. They went 0-14, I believe.
Worse than the Cleveland Browns, huh? Damn.
Yeah, well, you gotta remember there was only a 14-game season back when they did that. Do you know they were a member of the AFC?
Oh, I did not.
Or I got the wrong team. Hold on. I thought let's see, that's their playoff. Let's see, NFC Championship Division, playoff appearance, home field. Let's see. I thought I'd read somewhere where for a period of, yes, all right. So they were in the AFC in 1976 when they came into the league. And then in 1977, they went over to the NFC. So they were an AFC team for 1 year. As part of the expansion. The Seattle Seahawks came in that year. So they both the Seahawks and the Bucks went to the AFC. Then they had to split it, so they sent the Bucks to the NFC, and then in the late 90s, they sent Seattle to the NFC. There you go. Fun fact.
Well, also we had the CBA, the new CBA got approved, for extra playoff game, which is shitty.
So yeah, one team gets a bye. And we had 7 teams in each conference, so that gives you 14 teams out of 32. So that's almost 50% of your teams are in the playoffs, which is kind of stupid when you think about it, right?
And you brought it up before, like the playoff format in football was probably one of the most perfect out of all of sports teams, and now they just totally fucked it.
Not just the playoff. That was the regular season schedule was perfect. Now they're adding a game to that as well. So. I mean, they had it perfect. You played everyone in your division twice. You play everyone in your division plays 2 other divisions in your conference, and then you all play the same the same division in the NFC, but you all play all the teams. So it's like it's perfect. It works out perfect. So it's an even playing field. So with this 17th game they're adding, what I understand is that's going to be a highlight game. So that's going to be a premier game. So it's going to be basically, you know how like in Thursday night they have to match up according to your schedule for the game.
Yeah.
With this 17th game, they'll be able to pick random teams. So for example, in 2 years, in 2000, was it 21 when they start in the 17 games, they could pick the Patriots versus Tampa Bay, even though they're not scheduled to play in the rotation, but they could pick it because it's a premier game. So that's something they would do, and they probably will do it if Tom Brady's still playing on Tampa Bay, says he doesn't get injured or he doesn't get cut for that matter.
Yeah.
So that would be a possibility.
And I remember you and me talking about how there's no way the players are going to pass it. But then the more I thought about it, it makes sense for it to pass only because most players, like we're thinking of like the All-Stars, they probably don't want to pass it. But most players in the NFL only last a couple of years. That's an extra paycheck, the majority of them. So that's where it came from,
It is for some money for them, yeah. So I think in the long run, it will. I guess it works out. I guess that is. So more football. Is 17 games too much? 17
for us. It is.
It's 18 weeks of football, so it's like, all right.
Well, at what point are they eliminating a preseason game too?
They are. So
all right.
Three preseason games.
Yeah, that's fine then. That's fine.
So the timeline will match up the same as it does now, except they start the week after Labor Day. They'll be starting Labor Day now.
Who knows now with the corona?
Well, that's the thing. So.
It's all fucked up. Everything's fucked up. All the sports is fucked up. The world's fucked up. I watched a woman beep her horn at a fucking red light yesterday thinking it's going to change just from her beeping at it. Everyone's going crazy, Arty. It's going bonkers out there.
Did it change, though? That's the question.
No. She was in the front of the goddamn line. She's sitting there fucking honking up front as if it can fucking hear her. I don't get it. I watched a woman buy 6 gallons of milk the other day. What the fuck are you doing with 6 gallons of milk? It fucking expires. What?
I have a quart of milk sitting in the fridge right now. It's about to expire. We don't use a lot of milk in this house. Our primary beverages is wine, beer, crema for our coffee, and water. So as long as we have those 4, which we have plenty of, we're fine. The milk, hit or miss.
All cancer stuff. Wine, beer, creamer, milk, water. Water's not even safe anymore. It's all horrible. It's all cancer already.
Not when you're drinking water from your faucet. We see the story with John Travolta.
Why was it? Hey, they clean that shit up.
Yeah, allegedly. That's what they say.
That's what they say. Yeah. It's all going to hell. It's all over.
Who knew that we'd be doing this show via Skype when we could very easily just done it? But we're practicing social distancing, I guess. So
I would have come over if I left work, but I didn't leave work. So
I'm pretty sure that after I get the okay to work from home, which should probably be the end of this week, I will be only in contact with 4 human beings for the next probably 4 to 6 weeks. Being Sue, my son, and my parents are probably the only 4 other human beings I'll actually have physical contact with in the next month and a half, I think. So
I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be great for a few days, and then you're going to lose your shit.
You know what? We're trying to close on this house, so I have so much yard work I could do. I have these grand plans for my landscaping that I want to do, and I just really can't. I could start some of it, but I can't do 100% what I want to do. And this is the perfect opportunity. I can't work at night. The bar's shut down, so I come home at night.
There you go. Yeah.
So I have all this spare time on my hands. I'm actually stopping by my parents' house tomorrow and picking up my Lego sets and Connect sets because I am going to be sitting at the kitchen table, and I'm probably going to be playing with Legos and building cities and stuff to keep my mind occupied. Because once I run out of stuff to do, I get very antsy and I will lose my fucking mind. So as long as I stay busy, like she's giving me a bunch of tasks. I have a bunch of stuff to do around the house. I have little things I'm doing to keep us up. And, once we close, I can do even more stuff, which is just actually falling into a great time period when I can do this stuff. But at the same time, it's like I'm losing money from the restaurant. And then, I'm really holding on to see how long the day job goes. Hopefully that continues going. I mean, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. So, but.
Yeah. And But I feel like over the next couple months, right, you're going to see a lot of pregnancies and a lot of divorces because you're going to see people better to do than to fuck, or they're going to realize they can't stand being around each other this much and they're going to want a divorce. So December, January is going to be a popular baby month.
I agree.
I think that's a good prediction to make.
So it's probably a good time to break the news to you guys. Henry will be getting a little brother and sister in December.
Again.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, that's all you get to do. You're either gonna enjoy being with your significant other for the next two months, say, right? Give it 2 months. That's probably what it's gonna end up being. That's what the CDC says. Or you're gonna end up hating your significant other, because a lot of people's relationships end up lasting because, you know, the husband goes to the bar and has a drink after work, and
you're not around each other so much. You know what I mean? Too much of anything is bad for you. You know, it's not good. But hey, you know, to each their own. My concern though isn't with this stupid virus. My concern now is more so when. And one of my best friends is a Boston lieutenant firefighter, and he's even freaking out not because of the virus. He's worried about social unrest. Like, how long can the public take this before there could be rioting? Yeah. And like, okay, you have, let's say there's people in the force who are like milking it, like, I think I have the coronavirus. They get off for 2 weeks. And then what about people that do? Who's going to be the police? Like, we should have, like, how long can this go on like this before people freak the fuck out? And the media is to blame. If anything is going to be responsible for this turning, it's not going to be the virus. It's going to be the media. That's how I feel.
It will. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously, you take everything with a grain of salt. So I'll see something on TV, and then you go double check with the CDC, and the numbers are a little skewed with the TV saying. And you know, it's good. It's good and bad. It's good that the media is kind of pushing, making it sound worse than this, because people do take the protocol. Yes. But at the same token, look at Fort Lauderdale Beach yesterday with a bunch of 21-year-olds elbow to elbow laying on the beach who now don't have to go to school or don't have jobs. So what do? They go to Florida and they're just hanging out on the beach, which is not social distancing. I'm sorry.
Probably fine. Sorry.
No, they are fine, but they can still carry it, though, right?
It's a bad message. I know, I get it. But even I'm a little bit like, good for you.
Well, I mean, listen, you were stupid. You're all stupid in 20 before. But what they don't realize is that they can be fine, but then they can carry it, and then they bring it to grandma and grandpa, and then they kill them.
Exactly. That's the best part, yeah.
So, like, people got to remember, you're going to be fine. We're probably going to be fine. We can carry it, be fine, not even have any symptoms, but we're probably going to kill our parents.
Yeah, my mom doesn't even want to see me right now, but that's because her brother is in the hospital and she's paranoid of other people. She won't even get takeout anywhere because she wants to go see her brother, and it would be afraid if he got sick in the hospital because of her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. I mean,
I get it. I know. I said I get it. I feel bad that she's just that paranoid, that she is so secluded that, like, she doesn't want to be around anybody so she could see her brother. It's really sad. But, like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know?
We haven't got any takeout. The last takeout we got was, it was probably the pizza we got 2 weeks ago. So we haven't got any takeout. I went to my last store yesterday. I went to Home Depot on my way home from work, and it was a ghost town. It was like 5 people in the entire store. It was creepy. And I went in and went out, and as I'm in there, I'm thinking, should I really be in here right now? And I kind of scared myself in my mind. So I go, that's it. I'm not going to any more stores. We're getting all our groceries delivered from now on. So we have a protocol that the groceries get delivered, like boxes of Amazon, and we keep them outside. And then I bring them into my little mudroom, and we spray it down with Lysol, and we let it sit there for a few hours. And then we open the box, and we spray inside the box down with Lysol and let that sit for a little while. I mean, it's only really – we're having outside goods come in that we have no idea where they've been or who's been handling them. So I can't be too careful. And then I do my every day I get into the office, I do my Lysol wipe down. I wipe down all the doorknobs and all the computer monitors and the keyboards and everything, and the bathroom door and the refrigerator door, anything that's high contact. And then when I get home, I do the same thing. I get the bottle of Lysol. I spray down all the doorknobs and the refrigerator and anything that anything could touch, so that if there's a virus living in here, it's dead. Killing it.
Well, I understand why you're doing that. It's because Eric's there. If Eric wasn't there, I bet you wouldn't be doing half of that.
So we haven't seen much of him. We think he's.
You didn't say yes or no. You didn't answer my question.
Well, I mean, that has something to do with it as well. We haven't seen him though. He's like socially distancing himself from us. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he said he was getting bored because he has nothing to do in the house all day. So I mean, just as well. I mean, I can walk around naked, so that's a plus.
Yeah, he's quiet lately. He's very quiet. I'm a little worried about him.
It's funny because I have nothing on below the sweatshirt right now because me and Sue had naked cooking tonight. So.
Why are you trying to make me jealous? I don't know.
I'm sure you got nothing on there for that t-shirt too.
No.
When you talk about couples going to kill each other, me and Sue's computers are back to back right now. Like we're in a law firm working on the same desk.
Oh, Jesus.
This will be our workspace for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? It is what it is. I mean
yeah.
It could be worse, I guess, right? It could be something that you got and you instantly died, like the plague, right?
That's true. I think it's not as bad as SARS, but it's more contagious than SARS. That's what they're saying. No.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you get it, I mean, they were just showing in the news is 80,000 cases in the country have already recovered. So
yeah, exactly. Like if this continues for more than a couple more weeks, I'm calling conspiracy. I understand right now it should be this way. Just it's better to be more cautious than not. But if this continues, I'm gonna be like, after like maybe like 2 more weeks of this, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, I feel like you're just using this as an excuse to, I don't know, you're trying to tank the economy purposely. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause there is a tipping point where it's like we gotta, but I do wonder what the CDC's number is, where it's like, okay, X amount of people are infected with this. There's nothing we can do anymore at this point. We just have to let it happen because people are just going to get it, almost like the common flu. Like it's going to become a natural thing. You know what I mean? I'm guessing it's probably around 2 million if that many people get it.
And I think what's going to happen is when that does happen and everyone starts but at that point they'll have some kind of vaccine or some kind of like something you could take in order to prevent it. So they might be like, all right, the vaccine's available, so go get it. And then, if you get it, you're not going to get it. And if you have it, then they know what to do, so no one else can be spread. It's more of the spread thing, I guess, at the end of the day. So it will get to a point where they'll just let it be and let people get it, So, but until that happens, which we're looking at probably at least another couple months, I think, at that point, right?
Oh, yeah. Said a year minimum for the vaccine, because remember they have to test it and then like they have to see. Remember that's something they got to inject everybody with, so minimal side effects. They said about a year. So.
I guess the first person got injected the other day, so let's wait and see. I mean, you don't want to inject something that ends up giving everyone cancer either, so that's probably a bad thing,
That's why it takes a long time. So it's about, we'll see, but. Ugh. I never thought that, dude. I have to worry about how I'm gonna wipe my ass in a few days. I never thought that was gonna happen. Like I had to buy Bounty paper towels in bulk the other day, not because I wanted to, but because I might have to use that to rip little individual squares from the goddamn paper towel to use as toilet paper and flush down the toilet because we're running out of toilet paper. Because people are idiots and are mass buying toilet paper when there's no need to, because it's domestic product. It's not fucking imported. Like, it's fine. You'll be okay, everybody. Like,
no, you're right. It's I don't never got the toilet paper thing, because I always said the worst case scenario, if you needed toilet paper, all you had to do was cut up an old T-shirt, and then you wipe your ass with it. And then when you're done with it, you wipe it. You clean, you throw it away. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's a lot of old T-shirts.
Why do they think Warren Sapp was dead? Is he not dead?
Is he dead? I don't know. What'd you read? That's random. What?
I somehow ended up on retired numbers of football players. Who's the big guy that died? Was it not Warren Sapp?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if Warren Sapp was dead, but I don't think he is.
I'm gonna Google this because I thought he was a goner.
I don't think so.
No, he's still very much alive.
I
guess it was another big linebacker guy. So, do you know the big linebacker guy that died?
From Tennessee.
Was it from Tennessee? I don't know. He was a NFL player.
Wait, when?
Hey, Suze.
Oh, maybe like Adam says hi.
Hi.
Maybe like 10 years ago, maybe. Yeah, big black defensive player. Was he? Did he play for the Titans?
His girlfriend, right?
No, you're thinking of the quarterback that got shot. Who was the quarterback on the who played for the Titans that got shot? McNair.
Oh yeah. Did he? Was it there?
Yeah, this would have been a linebacker defensive player who died from like a heart attack because he was so big. He was like a big dude. Wow. Sorry, Warren Sapp. I thought you were dead. I guess he's not. So it'll come to me. No big deal. But I don't know. I was just looking at big black linebackers and got distracted. So he tweeted 42 minutes ago. So I guess he goes, hello, TB12. Welcome to Buck Nation. So guess he's not dead.
I remember we were at the Celtics game, and there was that guy across from us who had all that bling on, and I'm like, that looks like this guy. And I showed you a photo, and you're like, yeah, only one problem. That guy died.
Yes. I forget who it was. True story.
But yeah.
Did we even get a chance to talk about the Celtics game? Have we have a show since then?
Yeah, we have.
It was the last one we had at the apartment, right?
Like one or two, yeah. It's weird the apartment's gone. It's bizarre. But the house, I can't wait to see it. Once we have this removed, I'll probably be over there soon, I would think.
Once we figure this out. I'm not shaving or getting a haircut until this quarantine shit's over. I'm going to let it grow. So letting myself go.
Yeah.
So a YouTube video. So the YouTube people I usually watch. So the Trackers, everyone's favorite family. They're losing their mind because they can't go to parks.
Oh, no.
They're doing these like boring ass like home vlogs, which are like them just cooking and then changing blinds in the house. Not very, very entertaining. And then the Nomadic Fanatic was at Six Flags, Texas 3 days ago and was wondering why there was no lines. He couldn't figure out why there was no lines. Apparently he doesn't watch the news.
Yeah,
so weird. That's what's going on in that world.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff,
Yeah, it's weird. I went to working from home. There's a Dunkin' Donuts down the street from me, and it's like I'll go to a walk down there in the morning, get my coffee. I walk in there today, tables are up, and the people behind the counter are wearing masks. It's great. Feels it's good for the morale to see that.
They had them wearing masks, huh?
And dude, the service industry's fucked. And like this $75,000 loan they're talking about for small businesses, they don't really go into detail on that. You heard about that, right? For businesses under like 50 people, but like they don't talk about. They're like, yeah, you don't have to pay back until like 6 months, but they're not talking about interest. They haven't said anything about interest or anything else beyond that. Like, what does that mean?
Well, the money doesn't go to the employees. The money actually goes to keeping like the doors and lights on in the business, to keep them paying their bills that they have to pay and stuff like that. So because the money you wouldn't be able to afford. That's what basically what we got from the restaurant. We got a memo yesterday that says we are closed as of today, Tuesday, and go online and file unemployment. That's basically all they said to us. So
can you do that even though you have another job?
No, I don't think I can. I was going to try to, but I feared that if I did, and I did get the money for some reason, if I did get laid off from my main job, I'd be screwed. And I wouldn't be able to get more money than I'm supposed to be getting. You know what I mean? So do I take a little bit of money?
Why would you think you're going to get laid off from your main job? You don't say that to me, buddy, because I'm supposed to start working.
Not like permanently laid off. Like if the work's stoppage. You know what I mean? Obviously, once the work starts going back on, you go there. But to collect, it's for the company to get the money from the state so they can pay. So. I
gotcha.
It's a very nice tour of your house. I've never seen more than a few rooms of your house before.
Yeah,
I've been to the house.
There is only a few. It's an apartment, and there is only a few rooms anyway. So, I mean, I'm just putting some lights on, going to my. I disassembled my computer because I'm going to the office tomorrow. So.
I seen the green screen that you walked by, that you do your whirlwind potatoes from.
But my potato.
I like the little the chin-up bar you have over your doorway going into your kitchen.
Yeah, hey, this is we got. I mean, you got to do something to pass the time. So we got chin-up bars on here. We got weights down at the bottom. But
how is that new light that you got? That you put the camera in the middle and illuminates all around it. Does it work pretty good?
Oh, that good? Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
it's right there.
Yeah. No, it's really good. No, I use it quite a bit. Although right now I feel like I'm on a bit of a hiatus. I just I'm not motivated lately. I'm just not. I'm not. Although right now could be a good time to do a lot of videos if I'm working from home, but I just don't really. I gotta watch more stuff. I'm bored. I feel like everything I watch, I'm just bored.
So I've been, and people can actually help with this. I need a list. I need a list of things to watch. I was thinking about watching Seinfeld from beginning to end over this period of time again.
Yeah.
There's a list of movies my boss gave me that I should watch. I have written down at work. I didn't bring them with us. Probably a good idea to talk about them. But movies I've never seen before, which are available. The good thing now, all movies at the movie theaters are going straight to on demand. You see that?
I'll be able to just steal them.
It's gonna be. Do you foresee this being something that's permanent? Like this is going to happen all the time? Because I mean,
it's possible. I think it's a good testing ground for them to see what really happens and what kind of money they do get through that. I think that's great. You know, I mean, maybe it'll be something in the future. And I think I've always kind of thought that would be something that they should do anyway, but it's definitely a good way to test it right now.
I mean, there's no overhead, right? You're sitting there, you just launch it and people pay. You know, you could get away with charging people $10 for the movie and people still do it. People watch it. You know what I mean? It's still cheaper than going to the movie theater.
I think the first ones that were in the theater now are supposed to drop Friday on demand or whatever. So I don't even know what they're going to charge. So it'll be interesting to see if it's a movie ticket price. Yeah. You know, so definitely be monitoring that. I'm curious. You know,
I mean, I almost would say it might be worth a movie ticket price, but because in the movie companies, I mean, I know it hurts the movie theaters, because obviously they're not getting the business there, but frankly, they make all their money in concessions anyways. You know, they barely make any money off the actual video. It's the video. But like for people like myself who hasn't been to a movie theater in probably over, couple of years at this point. The last Star Wars came out before the latest one.
Yeah, it's about when I go like once a year. I go once a year about on average. Yeah.
So for someone like myself, I used to go once a week. When I was in college, I would go every Friday by myself. I go to see a movie, whatever. But that's when the prices were cheaper. You could go for like $7, and for a popcorn, a drink, and a movie ticket was costing under $20. I could justify it once a week. You know what I mean?
That's before when you had to socialize and like be with your friends, and it was actually kind of fun. Yep. Yeah, it's a good time.
It's different now, but so I'm not big, and now, God forbid, you've seen the movie Outbreak, but the movie theater scene when they're coughing and hacking up a lung in there, and you can see the virus spreading out through the movie theater and all that stuff. I mean,
yeah, dude, I watched Contagion the other day, which came out in like 2009, and it's almost exactly like right now, but worse. Yeah. It starts in China, it was through a bat. Almost the same exact thing, right? And yeah, it did not help me feel good. Not at all.
Now, how do you feel about the guy eating the bat stew that this all started from? I mean,
no one really knows how this started. It probably did come from the fucking stupid market because they're unsanitary. But
have you seen video of that at all?
I've seen no, but I do know that like the Chinese. You saw that? Did you actually watch that video I sent you the other day?
Yeah, I saw some of that, and I seen somebody this video. Someone was live streaming on Facebook. The market itself.
Yeah,
it's horrific. I mean, they're cutting meat up on tables, and there's blood everywhere. And it's killing cats and chicken and rats on a stick.
Yeah. But the Chinese, like the CEO of my company that I work for has the corona. He has it. He has it. Like he's in a hospital right now. He'll be fine in the hospital. But don't worry. Haven't seen him since early February. So
hope he didn't have it then when he's new.
No, but that was well before the contagion period. So they got it in March. But anyway, so the early March. But the problem is like like I said, nobody knows anything. Nobody fucking knows anything, and even if it's not as lethal, we just have to know more about it. Yeah, and
we don't know anything about it. It's just a nurse. So this guy comes in the bar all the time. He's ex-CIA, but he's also a nurse at Mass General. He worked when he was in the military. He was on like the med squad and everything else. So I had a conversation with him the other night before we closed the restaurant down.
Oh boy!
And I was asking him about like, what is this like compared to what? He goes, the scare and the unknown of it is the equivalent to when AIDS came out, like in the 80s, when no one knew about it, no one knew how to get it, no one knew how it was, there was no information about it, so there was a scare, and then there was a lot of misinformation because no one really knew. He goes, he equivalents that to that. He goes, so people are learning it, people are finally figuring out. He goes, but their learning curve is a lot faster these days than it was back then, so that knowledge kind of comes down real quick because people start gaining knowledge a lot faster. In addition, he goes like exactly what you said. It's like SARS, but more contagious. Not as bad as SARS, but more contagious.
Yeah.
So apparently a corona, as you call it, got its name from the way the molecule is shaped on the virus. It looks like a crown.
Like SARS is also a coronavirus. It's a series of viruses, yeah.
So there's 10 types of coronavirus. The common flu being one of them that anyone can get is a coronavirus in technicality. But there's spawns of it. So some are more contagious than others, and some are more airborne than others. So this falls into a category of like if you rank it from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, it's probably a 7.
Yeah, I'd say that's 7. Yeah.
And it not so much because it's going to kill you, it's because of the contagiousness of it. Now, if it wasn't so contagious, this would be just like the flu. But it's because it's so contagious, it's the reason it's so bad. So, I mean, in general, just take proper precaution. You know what I mean? Proper hygiene. You know, don't fucking.
The Chinese really don't help either, because I don't believe their numbers for a bit. I really don't. Like I said, they're a government that will just I believe those videos. I know Mikey said I think that's fake. Those videos were not fucking fake.
Yeah.
They weren't fake at all. And there's quite a few of them. But remember, and I saw a few that are way more disturbing than that. But they're a government that will do that. We don't do that. So it's going to be harder for us to actually contain this than them. We're not going to run in there and throw people in fucking file cabinets and drag them out who knows nowhere. Plus, Iran, by the way, I don't understand why Iran is digging ditches for people. They're digging mass graves for people. No one's fucking talking about that. What is going on with that? What? That's what I mean. What is this worse than we think? Or is something else going on we don't know? What is going on in this fucking world? It's all fucking crazy.
You know, here's the thing. I mean, so countries like Iran and China, who are heavily governed and secrets for the most part stay there and they don't let anything out. I mean, I was watching this one documentary that there were people that were trying to tell people about this virus, and the Chinese government kind of nipped it at the bud and tried to keep it secret because they didn't want it to go out. So whether that's true or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
You can't really tell. You don't really know, you know?
I can't wait when the dust settles all the fucking ridiculous conspiracies we're going to hear. You know, I love a good conspiracy, but not everything's a good conspiracy. The problem is once you start going down the rabbit hole of conspiracies of UFOs and Bigfoot or whatever, then all of a sudden you start looking at everything else and being like, that's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. And you can't do that. You got to look at everything like maybe it is, maybe it isn't, and then start to rip it apart because not everything's a fucking conspiracy. And I'm already hearing it. Dude, I'm already hearing it this is all a ploy, Arty. This is all a ploy to bring down our government from the banks to bring us down. And
banks.
I'm already hearing it. I'm already hearing it. You know,
it wouldn't be a world. I mean, I'm using the word world epidemic if that was the case. That would be a solely concentrated situation in one particular part of the world if that was the case. This is a world epidemic. There are regions in this world. I mean, the only continent that doesn't have a case is Antarctica. And let me ask you, Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Well, how about this? How come every state has a case except for West Virginia?
Is that still? I know that was still a few days ago. I haven't checked since.
Oh, yeah. Today it was still West Virginia. It's the only place that doesn't have a case.
I know why you think that because I read the group text. I'll just let you say it because I'm not going to steal your thunder.
I was going to say it has something to do with when you have sex with your cousin. You become immune to it.
That's
the only thing I could think of. Me and Stu actually had an educated reason for this. We think it's because a lot of people in West Virginia don't travel outside of West Virginia. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't travel to West Virginia. And they certainly don't have a high Asian population in West Virginia that would be coming from China or other parts of the world. Yeah, because it's so diverse. I was surprised that they didn't have any cases at the college. Like University of West Virginia is a huge party school. I would assume that possibly there was maybe 1 or 2 situations that could have occurred. Maybe not. I don't know. So I did watch this video and I don't know how true it is, but it was from a doctor and stuff. And they said that the virus dies at 130 degrees Fahrenheit.
Nobody knows though.
They don't know.
Going down that rabbit hole because like this, I went down that rabbit hole and then I realized that because nobody knows anything and it's so soon that like I mean this is only in December. It's only been around 3 months. You know what I mean? So there hasn't been any all the clinical studies and everything that have been done have been so soon. We could get this and then go away and then you die in like 2 years like AIDS for all fucking we know. You know what I mean? It could harbor in your body. Nobody knows anything because it's that young. You know, so anything you see online is just speculation. And I'm trying not. It's hard because I've watched a few things too. And I'm like, I'm like, look at these people. I'm like, you don't fucking know shit. Nobody knows anything.
I mean, the video online wanted me to blow a hairdryer up my nose to kill them. You know. So, I mean, it's worth it. So today when I'm making pasta, I'm breathing in the hot steam because I figure that's going to be at least like 150 degrees. I'm like, you know, I'll kill whatever's in my nose. But.
It's like tuberculosis. Fresh air will kill it.
Yeah, TB. Yeah, I want to be that guy.
That's what they said. Fresh air. That's what they say. Fresh air was good for it. You know? Oh, my God.
I'm going to think we're not going to know anything until – I don't think we're going to know anything for a fact until this time next year.
Yeah. You know what? I'm for that. Yeah. Yeah. I think until then, it's just watch things with an open mind, and then we'll see where the chips fall. You know?
Yeah. I mean, the odds say that at least one of the people in our core group of friends is going to get it. It's just a matter of which one. So, well, it's probably going to be Joey because he does work at a supermarket. So he's on the front lines of everything.
Isn't Mikey a cook?
Yeah, but they shut down his restaurant. So
yeah. But you know what? If they still have takeout, I feel like those people are likely to get it the most because they're likely to hide it because they need the money, so they're gonna keep working.
True, but I guess so. I mean, I guess any job is like that. They told us that they didn't need us. They literally temporarily laid off 99% of the staff. Only salary employees are going in. So.
Wow. Oh.
I don't know what they're going to do for takeout. I guess so. Uber, did you see what Uber and Lyft are doing? You're only allowed to have one person in the car now.
They waived delivery fees too, didn't they?
Well, okay, yeah, for the food. So no delivery fees for their food. For the actual rideshare service, you're only allowed to have one person in a car. So you can't group. So I don't know how that works. If I was going with Sue and me and her going somewhere, if both of us could share an Uber, I don't think we can. We and her would have to get separate Ubers to get to where we have to go. And the reason they're doing that is to have social distancing and eliminating. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of it altogether. Considering no one's going to be able to. Where are we going? There's nowhere to go. We're stuck. We're here. I'm just glad I have a nice view out my back deck, and I can't wait till it gets nicer out. And I can sit out there and nights like this, I just sit out there and just have a nice drink and enjoy life.
Am I allowed over there? Just out of curiosity, am I allowed to come over there?
We'll have to put you through a proper screening, and then once we do so, we'll give you the protocol if you're allowed to or not.
Does that have my temperature taken rectally?
I have a temperature gun. I'm going to shoot at you as you walk through the door.
Well, I haven't been around anybody. I've been around maybe like 3 people since I last saw you, by the way, at your work.
That's right. Good news they are making preparations today for you when you inevitably start, so that's a good thing. So
that's good. I mean, I am going to, which is great because it's funny because at my current job, I just like, there are people I care about. I haven't given notice yet or anything like that because I can't. I was told not to, because my date there is to be determined. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I'm in contact with the powers that be. You know who that is, and I just. I'm going to keep a dialogue with him, text or message every the end of the week. We're going to touch base. And but it's interesting at my job right now because I'm like, I'm seeing emails over jobs and things that need to be done 3 or 4 months from now that I know I am not going to have to be a part. It's funny. I'm making decisions that I am just guessing because it's not going to matter in 3 or 4 months if I'm wrong because I won't be there.
Isn't that the best when you know that there's something that's going to be major and you have nothing to do with it by the time?
But who knows right now? I mean, more than likely, I'm saying there's probably an 85% chance in 3 months from now. I'm gonna go 90% chance in 3 months from now. I'm gone. fuck knows?
When I was at my last job, we had this huge project coming up, and I knew I was going to be there for when it was going to kick off. So I kind of just showed up, kind of like what do they call that? It's when you calling it in, just kind of called it in for the most part.
Just mailing it in.
Mailing it in. So.
But like there are people there though that I do care about. So I am actually working hard at certain things to make sure that like once I do put in some kind of notice that they have a they're not fucked over. I don't want to fuck over people that care about that because you never know.
So I want to go off on a limb here, and I want to tell people. So obviously, America's, I would say for the next at least 4 weeks, America is locked and loaded and down. So which is great though, because we have YouTube, which is free, and there's plenty of material in there, such as the Whirlwind Potato that you could watch for free.
You could say we're in a complete whirlwind right now in this world.
That's right. Ironically, you could watch old episodes of this video podcast, which would be available to you. You could watch The Wicked Explorers of Sue and I. And we might be doing. Well, we'll be exploring the house. We're going to probably do a lot of home blogs, I think. Because if I don't have anything to do, like I said, I'm going to lose my mind. So I guess one way to ease my mind a little bit to help me, I got to tell you, if I was in the apartment right now, I would be losing my fucking mind. We'd be so confined into such a small area with so much shit going on. I don't know. And then with all the people living in that apartment, not knowing who's who and what they're carrying, it would drive me absolute bonkers. I would lose my fucking mind. I am so happy I am in God's country, isolated in the middle of nowhere right now, where I don't, have to see a human if I don't want to. It's just fucking beautiful. I cannot say enough.
I'm happy for you too, buddy. I'm glad you settled in the house, and perfect timing for you too to get there. Perfect timing for me to, be hopefully starting a new job soon, and perfect timing for you to be in a house, and away from being confined and with a bunch of people.
Is everything. Yes. So a few months. It's funny when things are starting to look good and everything's starting to roll well. All of a sudden, this fucking roadblock comes and detours your path real quick, right? So
it's the same as like when you start to save money and you're like, oh, I'm saving money. Then something breaks and you got to use that money for that.
Well, that's how it was. Starting to pay off debts, starting to get to a point where you need to be, and all of a sudden you have to readjust. So, the last week we've been literally going over the budget like we're like a small government and trying to see where we could cut costs and adjust costs and, defer payments so that we could have a cash flow in case of the worst scenario where both of us somehow aren't working and we have to depend on a 2-week wait for an unemployment check. You know what I mean? I mean, no one wants to do that, but if you don't prep now, you're going to be screwed at the end. But you prep now. Hopefully you don't have to use that prep at the end. So knock on wood.
What's Eric's prep?
I don't know.
I'm interested in that right now. I don't know. I just picture like this troll behind a door going, I
can tell you one thing. I do have to say he did not take my statement seriously. Now, I sent the statement to you guys on Friday, and here is Tuesday, and most of it is true that I said. So I'm just going to put it out there that I wasn't blowing smoke up you guys' asses. I was actually getting an actual factual statement.
You did dial it up a little bit. There's no tanks. All right. Some of
Not
it was
yet.
right. The core of it had some principle, but this is not a time, Arty, this is not a time to be playing I was right. This is the worst time to be playing that, right? But like, yeah, you know what?
All I'm saying is
tanks, like that's martial law. There's no martial law yet.
All I'm saying is I got my supplies, and I was encouraging all of you to do it as well. Yes. And there were certain people in that text group who didn't, and I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, what's he going to do? I mean, there are certain people that aren't as close anymore who can't get that person what he needs to function. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's out of the. I don't even know. That's even possible. Yeah. I thought like during this time period it might be a good time to experiment doing hallucinogenic mushrooms, maybe. I don't know. Just go in the backyard and wander around.
I need more leeway with that. I feel like I would need like 3 weeks of doing this. And like a small dosage. They say that actually a small dosage. They're trying to work that into therapies now, hallucinogenics, but not like a controlled amount, not like I'm gonna drop a mushroom. Like we're talking like minuscule amounts. They say there actually might be a benefit for that.
I heard somewhere on the radio that there was a group of people trying to propose to be that legal, like marijuana, to kind of put in the same category because it's a natural, natural thing. I guess it's grown from horse shit, right? So
it wouldn't be distributed like just out and about. It would be in like an actual controlled environment.
Yeah,
like
I mean, it would have to, right? I mean, that's kind of fucking. You can't just let Bob down the street and give him a bag of that shit and see what happens.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I haven't seen any studies on it, but if there's something there, then maybe there is. I don't know, but who the fuck knows? Everything's upside down. It's actually a little bit funny and concerning at the same time that everything is just completely. This is watching the world gonna burn. It's gonna burn. It's all over.
This is. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be the. At this point in time, will make or break society. We either going to work as a team and come together as a whole, not just Americans, but as humans in the planet.
I will say, I don't believe. It's funny you mentioned this. I was talking about this the other day with somebody, and I was saying I feel like humans, like collectively, I don't have a lot of faith in humanity. I do believe there are good individuals. There are good people. Yes, at heart, they're there. But collectively, I don't have a lot of faith in them. But I feel like when instances like this happen, when like there's a fucking major problem, they find a way to rally together, solve it, and then they'll go back to killing each other later.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like I think back to like say the Boston bombing, for example. I remember I was in a bar, and it didn't matter if you were black, white, Hispanic, Asian, transgender, gang member. We're watching the television at this bar, and it didn't matter. It was just like, fucking get that fucker. He's going out of town and shit. And then we'll go back to killing each other tomorrow. But for right now, get that motherfucker. Humans are good. Like, we're good when this shit kind of happens. It's stomping it out and then going back to just destroying each other later.
People like to focus on a bad thing. Like a bad guy. And if we all can, unite on the bad guy, in this case being the coronavirus, then everyone will work together to defeat the bad guy. And then you're right. Once it's defeated, we'll go back to blowing up other countries and fucking terrorist attacks and all that shit. But until the time being, for the most part, 99% of humanity will all come together and try to take out this one evil it almost reminds me of Independence Day, doesn't it? When the fucking aliens came and we all came together as a planet and we try to defeat the fucking aliens. I mean, this is an alien floating around.
Maybe I watched that tonight. I haven't watched that in a while. It is great. Bill Pullman's speech. We will not go quietly into the night.
It's going to be President Trump on a pedestal. He's going to be yelling at the virus. Telling him they're not going to let it go. But then you're right. And once it's gone, and then say this time next year, we'll hate each other again. And it'll be great. It'll be back to what we're used to. But I do think out of all of this, though, and I really hope, and I don't know if it will happen, but I really hope that we really pull our dependency of China away from, we pull back. We don't depend so much on. I mean, they're making. Do you know they make like 70% of our medication or something like that? There's a good percentage of all medicines come there before they come here. Like, how's that even right?
Probably. It is sad, though, that like we were talking about how humanity can rally together in bad times. And it's like, imagine if we could just rally together in general. Imagine all the fucking good we could do. Imagine what the world would be if it was like that. If we could rally together just in general and not just when bad shit happens, we could accomplish so much on this planet. And it's sad that it only happens. I am convinced if you were to say an asteroid that's going to kill the Earth is going to hit in 5 years, we would fucking find a way to do it. We're good at doing that. Yeah. If we would had to race somebody to the bottom of the fucking ocean, like, because no one's been there, the ocean, we've been more into space than we have our own ocean. We're going to be like, you know what? We're going to beat them. We'd fucking do it. We're so good at rallying, and we only do it in crisis. If we could do it when things are actually okay, everything would be so fucking awesome.
I mean, they're going to have a vaccine for this within, I would say, weeks, if not months. But because they're all rallying, every lab in the world is trying to beat this thing right now. So you have China, Japan, United States, India, every country is just trying to focus their attention on this, and they're going to get it. They'll figure it out because that's what they do. That's what humans do. We figure out a problem. But if it was like something like the cure for like, the common cold, which no one has a cure for it. Why bother? Because it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, why bother? Yeah.
But you're right. So they're going to unite to find the cure or the vaccine for the coronavirus, and then we'll go back to killing and hating each other like normal. Friends and our neighbors will be friends and neighbors, just like 9/11. Remember that like month after 9/11, everyone loved each other, and then we went back to hating each other. So it's inevitable. It's going to happen.
It is.
But you're right. If everyone could just reunite and if everyone could just get along, we would be so successful as a race of humans, and how plentiful our knowledge combined with each other could go beyond what we can even imagine.
And the aliens would be like, see, they fucking finally get it.
Right. But no, the aliens are going to come and take us out. So it's basically what's going to happen. So, all right. On that note, this was an interesting episode. So we figured out how to work the video. So this will be on YouTube once I edit it soon, probably within tonight or tomorrow. And it's also, I'm going to post this on Facebook as well. So you can watch it on Facebook. I'll start a party on Facebook so you can bring your friends. And Alex Wallace can watch. So I know he's been itching for some Arty 84 show. But I don't even know what episode this is because I didn't get a chance to open up the thingy, and so we're 100 and something. So enjoy. We'll have more of these. We'll probably be doing this for a little while. Once I get everything set up here and everything kind of calms down a little bit, we'll have a broadcast back old school from the house, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Who the fuck knows? But we may be dead next week. So just enjoy this episode, and hopefully you got another one next week, right? So, and direct people where you want them to go.
Check out The World and Potato. I think I might actually, if we're going to continue with this format for a while, I could actually take these videos and put them on my channel. If we talk about like movies or entertainment more, I'll put that over. Yeah, I'd be able to do a cross section in both of our channels, actually. And I think we could do something with this. Yeah.
Hey, what else are we gonna do? We have fucking nothing else better to do. So.
I think we could definitely make some shit work. It'd be a little experimental stuff. See what works.
Thank God for technology, because we'd be bored out of our fucking minds right now. I don't even know what to do with myself. So we have plenty to play with, and it's for your benefit as a viewer out there, because basically you're gonna reap the benefits of Adam and I's experimental technology weeks here. So yeah, it is what it is. But all right. So check out The Whirlwind Potato. Check out The Wicked Explorers on YouTube as well. And obviously the Packy on YouTube, where you can watch this fine broadcast. And from West Newbury, Mass, and from Woburn, Mass, we'll be seeing you guys soon. So toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Stay healthy.
See you later. Godspeed.
Later, brother.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and click the alarm so whenever you get notification, we get new ones. See you later. Bye.